Kostova is a project manager for a private art company. Victoria, can you please tell us something about project management in the art field?
Yes, I would be happy to. It's very important to mention, as maybe we know from the concept of economics, that there is the so-called illness of Baumo and Bowen, and it is regarding the fact that every art form or every art production will never have bigger winnings than the losses of it. And that is because every project starts at a certain kind of disadvantage, because it's a very risky field. It also requires a lot of facilitation in terms to create sustainability. And this is the biggest difference in comparison to, let's say, business projects, because you really have to try to map very well your environment in terms of funding and to have very strong connection with your audience, so you can have actually a repeated pattern, let's say, of different performances, and be able to, of course, especially for the Bulgarian landscape and cultural environment, to be able to have international partnerships, so you can develop and really try to just build on the actual environment that is exactly for funding through open calls and open invitations, and not through produced products and deliverables. So this is maybe the biggest issue, but also it's the most challenging, that makes it so fun and diverse and working with so many creative people all the way.
So what have you learned during this edition of ISPM that will bring you with you when you come back in your country?
I learned a lot about the theory of making projects, because I started very practical from the very beginning. I have been working or having contacts in this field since I was 18 or something, so it was a lot of practical intervention. So the way in which you can really step back and think of the theoretical frame really helped me tidy up my mind and being able to really produce and think about the project proposal, because my my everyday activities that I do as a project manager also involve, because again of the field, especially in Bulgaria, the actual writing of the project, the whole narration of it, and I work a lot with texts, so sometimes you tend to forget about the bigger things that you can incorporate, like planning the risks better, trying to really be more concrete on the expectations and on the funds, and this is something that will help me really work with this high level of uncertainty that the cultural sphere has. So maybe that is the most important one that I can think of.
And the last question, what about the food? What is your best food that you're trying here in Italy?
I would say that the food is very nutritious as in relation to our last project, and it's very well and healthy for our minds in order to think and to move, so with the upcoming Tai Chi session here. But I would maybe say that my favorite is actually the fruits. I'm a very fruit person. I like eating fruits for almost all of my meals, so I'm very happy that they're in such a so variable collection of them here, so I can really indulge myself and eat with pleasure. Thank you.